Hey, this is Tyler Small with the 5-Star Approach to Leadership, and I just want to share with you something I'm super excited about. I just added a feature to all the new trackers, and it's basically when you click or tap on the day, there's a little field at the very bottom, and it says 5-star apology, right? So it gives you the opportunity every day to log a 5-star apology. And so apologies, you don't want to be apologizing for everything. You want it to be a 100% apology. So I didn't put like a bunch of slots there because that can easily become um, disingenuous or repetitive. However, an apology here and there can be very powerful, and it's good to be in the habit of apologizing unless you've reached that level of perfection that you no longer make any mistakes. So because that's none of us, I've included it, and just so that you can do this maybe once a day, if that, and it doesn't have to be every day. It kind of creates the opportunity for you to be more aware and to look for opportunities to apologize. Apologies are fantastic opportunities to improve the relationship. So I talked to a lot of people who are doing this program, and one of the things that sticks out is that the counterpart, the person on the other side of the equation, is like, how long is this going to last, right? They're wondering, well, I know that the person cares about the relationship, and that's why I'm rating it more highly every week. However, how I don't know how long this is going to last, right? And so an apology is one way to show like, oh, look, what did in the past, I realized that that wasn't great for you, and that's not okay with me. So I'm going to fix the way that I was doing things in the past, and I'm not going to do that in the future. So this helps communicate and demonstrate that I'm going to be different moving forward. This isn't just, hey, I'm trying to do some nice stuff for you this week, next week, whatever, and then boom, you're on your own. This is, hey, I'm operating differently. I'm a different person. I'm coming to this relationship as a changed human being. So it's really powerful. Let me tell you three contexts in which you may want to use a 5-star apology. And remember, these are only sincere apologies. If you don't feel sorry at all, then just skip it. Don't even try it. Okay. So on the other hand, you can kind of work with your feelings. So if you're trying to generate some heart for this person, some soul, some genuine care, then an apology is a good way to kind of think through this. Think, okay, if this person was my sister or my mom or my brother, or my dad, right? If this person was my grandmother, then would I maybe want to change the way that I feel, that I act towards them? And the fact is that they're somebody's sister, brother, son, daughter, whatever. And so that can be one way to generate some genuine, authentic sincerity. Okay, I said I was going to tell you three contexts. So one of the contexts is easy. It's that moment when you're asking the ultimate relationship question, because you're going to do that each week, and you're asking, "Hey, on a 5-star scale, how would you rate our relationship?" And that's a really easy question. They give you the answer. Great. Um, the sidekick question: What can I do to make it better? Or how can I make this better? Right? And so you're asking this qualitative question to follow up, and they'll say like, well, I don't like it when you do this, or it makes me feel, unsupported when you do this, or whatever. The face you make, or this grunting, moan you make when I want to do this, or the eye rolling. It can be very subtle things. And so you're going to get that information. A great thing to do right off the bat is, wow, I'm sorry. Another thing you can do is, wow, thank you for telling me that. And if you don't have the apology, certainly thank them first, develop the apology, and then come back with it. If you can, right off the bat, say, wow, thank you for telling me this. I'm really sorry. And sometimes all it takes is, I'm sorry. Wow. And another opportunity is when you're doing the 5-star experience. You've talked about it. You've asked them what would be a 5-star experience for the open, the deliver. You're doing it, and you're checking in, hey, how would you rate this experience so far? Or uh, is this 5 stars for you? And they say, it's like a 4. Or, oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's like a 4, and you're like, oh, well, what can I do to make it better? And they're like, well, it really hurt my feelings when this, or it just isn't, it isn't gonna meet my needs, or it's not gonna meet my client's needs, or whatever it is you're helping this person to do. And so this opportunity, again, oh, I'm sorry, I can fix it. How, and then what would make it better, right? So you're, oh, okay. And so you're just amending, you're just course correcting, right? And then this can be done just casually as well. They say, oh, well, that's not what I wanted. You don't even have to be doing a 5-star thing. They just say, oh, well, I was hoping for this, or oh, and you see the look on their face, or you hear it in their voice, right? And then you can say, oh, I'm sorry, what were you looking for here? Or what were you hoping for? What was your expectation, right? So you can slip these in anywhere, and they don't have to be formal. They don't have to. I'm going to share with you 4 steps that I've used a lot. And it doesn't have to follow these 4 steps. Again, it can just be a simple apology. If you really want to drive it home, this is one way to do it. So the first is to say, "Hey, I'm really sorry," and tell them, explain why you're sorry. Kind of like, either, "Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you cared about this, or I didn't know that X, Y, Z. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand expectations, or yada yada. Or, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, right? Or, okay, those are all like there was a mismatch in expectations, right? This is the other one. Oh, I'm sorry, I have been an idiot, or I've been very short-sighted, or I've been rude. I recognize that I've been rude, right? So admitting a character flaw is another, just it's a beautiful thing, because everyone has these character flaws, and when you admit that to the other person, then that takes the wind out of their sails, of their, oh, I have to be mad, I have to hold a grudge, I have to withhold my investment in this relationship. I won't let these 5-star experiences really be 5 stars for me, because I'm holding this thing against them that they don't know that they're hurting me, right? So when you admit that, when you let them know that, man, I'm sorry, I really have been uh, mean about this, and I shouldn't have been this. I feel bad, right? So if you really have made that if you really have had a character flaw, this is a great opportunity to admit it. And if you're not sure what your character flaws are, just ask your mother-in-law, or your wife or husband, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out. So and then that'll help you make it easier for your work relationships. So step one, I'm sorry, and then explain, like, oh, you didn't realize it, or you've just been a jerk. Step two is to let them know that they matter to you. And you can say that, like, this relationship really matters to me, or you really matter to me, or I really care about you, or this thing we're talking about, this getting this right, this really matters to me. Because if it's something that they care about, it's in their inner circle of emotions, right? If they have emotionality around it, and they care about it, then if you care about it, that's easier than a lot of other things in life. It's like, okay, well, if you care about it, I care about it. And finally, I care about you. So, hey, I'm really sorry. I didn't know that this was important to you. If it's important to you, it's important to me. So that's one and two. Number three is, I want to fix it, or I don't want this to happen again. And so that's important, because they need to know, again, that you have been doing this, you've been doing X, and you're going to change, and you're going to start doing Y. You're a person who changes, and this is all part of the program. You're going to make changes, you're going to grow, you're going to become a better person, and you need to communicate that to your counterpart as well. So you're going to make changes. Um, and you're going to say, well, I want to change. I want to do this differently so that it meets your needs, right? Or meets your expectations. And so I'm looking around at my notes every time. Number four is, how can I make it right? How can I make it right with you? Or how can I make it better? What can I do to improve? Right. And asking that question. And that question then puts it in their part, right? In their court. So you don't have to figure out and divine, "Ooh, I think I need to do this," or "Oh, I'm gonna read their mind and figure out what they want." Like, that's not, realistic to do all the time, especially if you're having a hard time with this relationship. So, just asking them, "Hey, well, what can I do to make it better?" That allows them to have the power, right? At least they perceive to have the power. Really, the person asking the question has the power, but the perception is all that matters to them, right? So they're going to do the hard work of figuring out what will make this better, right? And all they have to do in this, they don't have to do any chores, or all they have to do is figure out what they want, and they're going to rub the genie lamp, and they have to figure out what they want. That's all they have to do. You're their genie in a bottle. You come with certain rules, just like in Aladdin, you can't kill anyone, you can't bring him back to life, you can't make anyone fall in love. Other than that, so you've got your boundaries. Hey, well, I can't do that, but what else can I do? And you're willing to do it, right? You're willing to bend over backwards. You're willing to be flexible, and especially to make you know exceptions, right? If you're working around boundaries, and it's like, well, usually I wouldn't do that, but in this case, I really care about you, and I care about this relationship, and if this is a particular important point for you, then I can do it. You know, or say, I can try it out for a week. And it doesn't hurt to try it out for a week, right? That's a reversible opportunity. And then try it out for a week, and if it doesn't work, or if you get feedback from people, and you can ask other people, like, hey, I was thinking about doing this, or I'm going to do this for a week, let me know what you think. And then if you get a bunch of negative feedback from people, and maybe you already know that you will, or you already suspect that you'll get negative feedback from people, then if you get that negative feedback, and you're generally open to positive or negative, either you could find out that this is a better way, and so you start doing it, right? Or you could find out, oh, I thought it was not going to work, and it didn't work. And other people, either they said, well, it didn't work because you didn't do it right, so then you have to go back and try and do it again. But they might say, well, it didn't work, and here's why I think it's not going to work. And so then you can take that feedback and say, hey, look, I was so interested to try this out. I wasn't sure if it would work or not. I tried it, and I just got feedback from, some other people, and they didn't think that this is going to work long term. But, I'm open to other suggestions, and I'm willing to, try anything. So those are my suggestions on the five-star apology. I hope you got some great ideas to work with your coworker, the person who, your boss, your direct report, your colleague, the person who you're working with, and I know that this will help. That's why I added it on every single day, one opportunity to do this, and then I added it to the dashboard as well, which is going to give you the opportunity to see at the bottom, oh, like I have sincerely 100% sincerely apologized to this person, my colleague, this number of times, during this month. So that is something that I hope will really help you out. I do a lot of apologizing, very, very sincere apologizing, because I make mistakes all the time. And you know what? I'm sorry I didn't put this in from the get go. I wasn't thinking about it enough, and now that I have more data and more people giving feedback, then I was able to come around and do this for you. So I hope this will help, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks. Bye.